today I wanted to make an appearance after several weeks to go over raising Ranchu Fry. These guys hatched, they hatched a few days in a row. April 27th, 28th, and 29th is when their eggs hatched, and they are 6 weeks old now. They're here in my 65 gallon, and I actually have them split in half in another 3-foot long Rubbermaid tote in the other room. So I wanted to go over all the footage that I've taken of them over the past 6 weeks, and just kind of, even for my own self to look back on. This is my first run at hatching and raising Goldfish Fry. I hand spawned their parents, and it's been quite the learning curve, and I'm thrilled to have the knowledge firsthand and to, in turn, document what has worked for me and just continue learning. So thanks for watching, and I will hope to be back with another video on my Demican pearl scale fry that I also have in the other room that hatched a day before these guys. So for now, Ranchu, and in the next video, pearl scale Demican. Thanks again. I started by hand spawning the parent goldfish into a small bowl. I ended up changing the water in the bowl about every 12 hours, and I added methylene blue to keep the eggs from fungusing over. As soon as I saw eyes in the goldfish eggs, my son and I started a live baby brine shrimp hatchery. Every day for 3 days, I collected the fry that had hatched, and I moved them over to a shallow 20-gallon Rubbermaid tote. This is the first footage I took of the Ranchu Fry at 1 week old. I kept the water at 75 degrees, and I changed the water 90% every 12 hours, from beginning until present. I am and was using aged water for every water change. I was also feeding live baby brine several times a day and through the night. I started off hatching over 300 fry, and as quickly as I could within the first week, I culled for singletails and other very obvious deformities so that I could get it done as early and efficiently as possible to get my numbers down. At this point, the fry were roughly 2 weeks old, and I moved them from the garage into my fish room, and I split them between 3 tanks, the Ranchu in the 65 gallon and the telescope Demicans between the 2 totes. At 2 weeks old is where I ran into my first hurdle with the Ranchu fry. They had obvious signs of body flukes parasite. I immediately set up a quarantine test tank with malachite green, formalin, and methylene blue, and I started testing the ones that were affected in this solution in varying dosages to see what would be safe to treat the rest of the tank with a fry in it. I ended up not losing a single fry through the whole ordeal. This is what the bodies of some of the Ranchu fry looked like after their first dose of anti-flukes medication. Where the parasites eradicated the body, they left fungal marks. I did a lot of reading during this time, and most of the articles said to cull the entire batch of fry and start over, but I felt like it was an opportunity for me to learn whether that was really the case and that was the best thing to do for the future. So I decided to treat on my own with some experimental treatments and just learn from my own research. I moved the Ranchu from the 65-gallon to a 22-gallon while they were undergoing the flukes parasite medication so that I could keep the tank a lot cleaner. I can't reach over the 65 as well to keep the bottom vacuumed, so I moved them over to the 22 so that I could really efficiently keep the bottom of the tank clean and just eradicate any kind of flukes eggs or dead flukes while they were undergoing treatment. So that seemed to work, and when I no longer saw them flashing and I saw no further fungus, I went ahead and moved them back into the 65-gallon. 2 weeks of age is also when I introduced live California blackworms in addition to the live baby brine shrimp, frozen cyclops, and frozen daphnia. At this point, I have the Ranchu fry split between 2 tanks, and it's still too many for me to raise with the water volume that I have available to me and the food quality that I like to maintain. So I have a few local friends that are going to take some of the fry from me next week and help me grow them out into quality adults, and I'm really looking forward to that because I'd rather not cull them at this age if I can help it, and it's a fun experience, learning experience, and just team effort for a few local friends to get involved and have the opportunity to help me raise some fry.
This is the other half of the fry I was telling you guys about in a tote in my other fish room. So it's about 3 feet long and I have it filled about 6 inches, 4 to 6 inches, just because I have read that Ranchu development, they do better with a shallow water depth for 4 to 6 months. So I am trying to maintain that as best I can.